I'm finally back here in the Lego room after a couple of weeks. I have a good excuse. We were on holiday, and while we were on holiday, I tweaked my back again. I didn't completely throw it out the way it was earlier in the year, but I did give it a little bit of a tweak, which meant for the first week or so after we got home, I'm still not able to sit in my normal office chair at home, so I certainly wasn't in any kind of position to be able to be bending over the Lego city, doing lots of fiddling and stuff like that. However, it is feeling a little bit better today. I am going to be taking it easy. It's not going to be a full-on intense Lego City session, but we do need to make a start on the Halloween setup. It's already October as I'm recording this intro, and obviously we've only got a couple of weeks to get the Halloween stuff in before we get to Halloween itself, and then rip it all out again and replace it with the Winter Village. And we've got a lot of plans for the Winter Village this year. So in this video, we're going to make a start on getting some builds together for the Halloween setup in the hopes that the next time I'm here, I can put it together into a little bit more of a display, and then we can work out how to properly integrate it into like the town square area of the city. That being said, if you have got any suggestions for Halloween spooky themed sets that I could pick up relatively easily, relatively cheaply, and add to the Lego City, let me know. I've got a couple that I've brought with me. Obviously, I've got this one that came out earlier this year. I already have one of these in the city, but I bought two more of these. These were on sale on Very. So in addition to the haunted house version, we're going to be building today the haunted train and the haunted ship. So we're going to have a nice little bunch of spooky stuff from Creative 3-in-1. I also brought this in because, I mean, it's not strictly spooky, but it feels Halloweeny to me. And then somewhere in the boxes under the city, I've got the Halloween barn that came out last year, but I'm not going to be rummaging around underneath the city today. What I have done is brought the Nightmare Before Christmas set in from home. We actually built this just before Christmas last year, tried to integrate it into the Winter Village. It didn't really fit, but it will fit nicely in with the Halloween stuff. And then, like I say, we've got the little haunted house Creative 3-in-1. We've got the big fairground haunted house as well. At the moment, we've got the Legoland stuff kind of in with where we're going to have the Halloween stuff, because I think it might end up being a Halloween fun fair. We've got quite a lot of space to play with. It's probably the only year... Oh, kicking a box on the floor. It's probably the only year we'll have this much space for a Halloween setup, so I don't know that it's going to be something we do every year, integrating fun fair and Halloween together, because once we get the beach area done, which is probably going to move past, I think this whole front, the beach and Castle Hill, are probably going to be delayed until after Winter Village is done now. That doesn't necessarily mean delayed until next year. I don't think the Winter Village is going to take weeks to do, because all the sets are built and we just need to get them in. But I want to get this area done first. Then I've got some good plans for how we're going to integrate the train track in over here. This back end we don't really need to touch anytime soon. Obviously there's a lot of detailing, sorting out curbs, permanent placement of stuff that needs doing over here, but on the whole it looks pretty cool as is, and I don't think needs fiddling with for now, at least until we get the new modular. This is probably going to remain untouched pretty much until January the 1st when the new modular comes. But yeah, this is the plan for the next couple of weeks. This area here, obviously we want to get some base plates down. We want to stop it looking like a couple of sets on a wooden table. I need to decide if we are going to use the fun fair stuff as part of it. And if we are we going to have a fun fair in the middle with spooky stuff around the outside, or are we going to integrate it all a little bit better? I don't know that I have enough pieces to do the whole Halloween area on Mills plates, so I might just be slapping base plates down for now, because we are on a time constraint, and I think the only part of it that's going to be motorized this year is the haunted house, because it is already motorized. But yeah, there's lots of stuff to do. I like the idea of having Arkham Asylum, the museum, a few of the more spooky style buildings in the background of the Halloween area as well. Obviously superhero battles can integrate into Halloween stuff, and certainly Arkham Asylum I think has some definite Halloween vibes. I don't think there's anything else in the modular collection that would necessarily fit in with a Halloween theme that we need to move forward for this. I mean, the obvious one I guess would be some of the wizard stuff. Maybe bring Diagon Alley out of hiding for Halloween. That's something we might end up doing, and we could perhaps pull that out of its little hidey hole and get it more integrated and have some spooky stuff, some superhero stuff, some wizardy stuff. That might be quite cool. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. Like I say, it's going to be a multi-episode job getting this Halloween area done. And as always, I am happy to take your feedback on board. But like I say, in the interest of saving my back, I don't really want to be doing too much of this today because we don't want to risk a proper back injury. As you can see, I'm moving relatively easily now. So I think we take it easy today, and I'm just basically going to sit here and build some sets that we can then add in. I need to put the Nightmare Before Christmas back together. That's probably the first job. I've got the Creative 3-in-1 sets to build. I've got the little Halloween car to build. And I'm tempted, if we are doing a fun fair thing, to take this fallen apart Creative 3-in-1 roller coaster properly apart, because we don't need loads of roller coasters. And I think we're going to rebuild that in one of its old builds. So we might even get around to that today as well. So lots to do. Let's crack on. First job, hoping that all the parts I need to make this resemble the Nightmare Before Christmas again are actually in the box. Lego purists, shut your ears now, because I have a confession to make. Putting sets together that have fallen apart a bit is the one part of this hobby that I really don't enjoy. I am very much put a set together and then leave it alone on display kind of chap. So that was a more annoying than it could have been. Well, first couple of jobs done. We've got the Nightmare Before Christmas set fully reassembled and temporarily placed next to the haunted house. What I have realised is a lot of the minifigures are missing, so they must still be sat in the Lego room at home. So I will dig them out and hopefully get them here before I am next at the city. So that, like I say, just a temporary spot to put it at the moment. Once we've got a few more bits built, we'll start working on a layout. But what we've also done is this very cool little build. Just a little car to drive around the city with a little pumpkin on the back, which I think is very snazzy. So we'll pop him over here as well. The Halloween section slowly starts to grow. Right, I think the next job is we are going to tackle these two Creative 3-in-1 sets and do the ghost train, and it also gives us a little bit of scenery with the ghost train and then the ghost ship as well. And of course this also gives us a bunch more of these really cool spooky minifigures which can go around the city, including the glowing ghosts, which are very cool. So we've got a few of those. We've got a few of those, I think, with the big haunted house. We've obviously got that one in there as well. We like to have a glowing ghost. And goodness me, I don't think I prepared myself for just how big of a pile of Lego doing the alt builds on a bigger Creative 3-in-1 set would be. Look at that, emptying all bags in one go. I think this is the biggest Creative 3-in-1 I've done an alt build for. And knowing what I know now, having obviously done it and sat through it and basically spent all afternoon on this first one, I would have sorted the pieces the way I would if I was doing rebrickable or rebuilding an older set or something like that. But I figured, it's Creative 3-in-1. It's only 700 pieces. How hard could it be? I'll just empty them all out on the table in front of me. And I am not exaggerating when I say this ended up taking me getting on for 2 hours, I think, just doing this this train. So I actually only got the train done. We'll have to go back and do I brought the boat home with me to do at home, and I will sort the pieces properly for that one. But yeah, it did kind of derail, pun intended, because it's a train. It did kind of derail the plans to get loads more of this Halloween stuff done because of just how long this took. Never mind the fact that, as you can see, I'm clearly watching a football match while this is going on as well. But frankly, that's none of your concern. And I'm hoping the angle of the TV screen is far enough away so that I don't get done for broadcasting it. Just don't tell anyone. You can't even tell what match it is. It's fine. Sometimes I forget how long these Creative 3-in-1 alternate builds take, especially on the bigger sets. This one is, it's only 700 pieces, but it was a lot of Lego spread out over the table in front of me. But the end result, I've done the ghost train, and it is so cool. Look at that. Awesome ghost train, complete with little ghost train station as well. And it's mad just how many leftover pieces there are after doing an alternate build. That's taken me probably the best part of like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not even going to have time to do the ghost ship today. I think I'm going to take that home and get that done at home before the next city update. But I'm looking at all these leftover pieces. There wasn't a huge amount left over when I did the mansion, but there's a lot left over from the train. If there's a lot left over from the ship as well, if nobody is currently doing this on Rebrickable, I need someone to do this, someone with more creativity than me. But I want someone to take 3 sets of a creative 3 in one set, make all 3 of the builds that are part of it, and then with what's left over, make something else. Because there's loads of these little cool green masonry bricks. There's loads of interesting parts like this. We've got roof stuff, doors, windows, gates. You could build a little house out of this if you had the creativity to do it, which I don't really, but I am going to keep all of this stuff in a tub and add it to the stuff that's left over from when I do the ghost ship. And I might just have a go at doing an extra little building with what's left over, because I think there's going to be enough stuff to be able to do it. I'll just have to have a little ponder and a little play. It'll be like being young Kevin all over again. But of course, before then, it is time to get the train into our little Halloween area. So at least we know we now have a train. And we did have a train station, a little train stop until I smashed it. Luckily, I think it's all okay. I do like the fact that we've got all the extra minifigures as well. So we're definitely going to be able to do some kind of scene with all of those bits. So that's cool. And we've got him as well. Let's have a little look. So yeah, we are slowly but surely assembling some Halloween stuff. Like I say, let me know down in the comments what other spooky sets we could add to this, and any ideas for stuff we can do with stuff we've already got, and maybe spooky it up a little bit, even if it's a case of buying a load of Halloween themed minifigures to spread around the little Legoland park. Anything like that would be cool. If there's any spooky rides, I would love those. Obviously, we've already got the haunted house in there at the moment, but I think we've made some decent progress. And I get this hasn't been like a normal Lego City update. It's probably been quite a short video. We've not done a huge amount. Like I say, it's the best I can do with my back the way it is currently. I have survived the build fine. So I think I am pretty much on the other side of achy painy pain. So I think we will be fine to do another update probably in a few days. It's actually quite a quiet couple of weeks for me work-wise while we wait for the new Football Manager game to come out. So I'd like to think we could be able to get into the city maybe a couple of times a week, at least for the next couple of weeks while we're getting this Halloween stuff set up. So fingers crossed I'll be back in just a few days working on this a little bit more with the ghost ship built that I'll bring in from home as well. But in the meantime, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content and, of course, more progress with the Lego City. Thank you very much to everyone on Patreon whose Patreon backing makes this possible. And, of course, our friends over at Brick Prize Draws as well. Their truck is there at the back and their link is at the top of the description below as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching and toodle pip.